What's up, everybody? Live pregame show, Phillies, and a little different environment tonight. I'm not at the pub. We're here in the studio. Me, Tyler Mroz, Tony Cutillo, HRS Heat Ratio Sports. Tyler had the early shift off last night because we were at Pike's Pub doing a live show. Shout out Matt McCarthy. Shout out Pike's Pub. Great crowd there eating 50-cent wings. Make sure you get over there. If you're in Bucks County, every Tuesday night, 6 to 9, man, we're having a ball, talking live sports, getting the fans into it. And 2 for 2, we go for bets. Now, not only did the Phillies win 6-2, but we go 2 for 2 for bets. And make sure you get locked in at Win Daily Sports. You see it right here. Get that promo code HEAT. Actually had Tyler, we had 2 people sign up yesterday, got the referrals in today, came, said, hey, use the code. 2 people used the code. So they got their week, again, $7.50. Like, I don't know where else you can get that deal, Tyler. I know I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't know if you do, but if anybody does smoke cigarettes, it's like $8 a pack. Like, throw those cigarettes away and go over to Win Daily and get that week, or even, no, listen, sign up for the month. I'll tell you this, our monthly charge is $50. And you can get right now $24.99, $25, and you're gold. And last night, Tyler, we go 2 for 2, or 2 of 4. Okay, so 2 and 2, I should say. We lost out. We didn't hit Trey Turner. Almost smacked the ball a couple times. We didn't get Trey Turner's over 1.5 HRR, and we didn't get the home run prop. But we did hit on Bryce Harper over 1.5 HRR, which is hits plus runs with RBIs, and we hit on the Phillies money line because Tyler, the Phillies were cooking last night.
They were. It was kind of a close game in the beginning, and then 9th inning comes around. Sosa and Schwarber go back-to-back, really solidifying that it was the Phillies game. It was their game to lose in the 9th, and they didn't.
Thankfully, right? Because we've been right. We needed. I said this last night. I feel like that was a must win last night because we have to get back winning these series, man. Like, we have to get back on the hump of getting to the 2 to 3 squad, man. We have to get to that. And I think we're going to do that tonight, Tyler. I really do. I feel a rejuvenation. I do like, if anybody watched the post game with Kyle Schwarber, I do like his interview by saying, look, we still come to business every day. We're here. We come to play. We go about our business. We don't let anything bother us. And it just shows these are professionals. This is why, again, I told everybody, this is not the same team, Tyler, not the same team.
I mean, not at all. And like you said, it was the biggest win of the – I think it was the biggest win of the whole season last night because not only did they split the series so far, now they just won the tiebreaker over the Dodgers. So if somehow it's tied at the end of the season, Phillies have the tiebreaker, they would be the higher seed. And that's very important because they play way better at home, especially in the playoffs. So can't stress enough how huge that win was last night. They won 2 of their last 3, and they win tonight. They end their 6 consecutive series losses streak, which not a streak you want to have, especially when you're competing for a World Series. So tonight is almost as important as it was last night.
Yeah, it really is, man. We got Adam checking in. What's up, Adam? I know you were listen, Adam says he's going to be at Pike's Pub next week. So I'm curious, man. Adam might be checking in from Pike's Pub. He says Kershaw went further than I thought as well. I think we all thought that. Shout out to Clayton Kershaw, man. I know this is a Phillies pregame show, but my man was dealing. I mean, facing adversity, facing those lingering injuries. It's just nice to see a player of that caliber go out there and just deal. I know it's against our Phillies, but I've never had a problem with Clayton Kershaw. I never did. I thought he was always one of the best in the game.
Yeah, Clayton Kershaw, I mean, he's in my time, he's probably been the best pitcher I've seen. It's him, it's Verlander, it's Scherzer. They're probably the top 3, maybe DeGrom, but definitely I personally think prime Kershaw, I would take him over anybody else, maybe not in the playoffs, but definitely regular season. But yeah, I tweeted out during my keys to the game for yesterday, I said we had to attack Kershaw. He was not good in his only 2 starts this year, and the Phillies were going to let him get back to whatever, even like half of what he used to be. That's still better than most of the pitchers in the league right now. I get he's older and he's obviously not as good, but still Clayton Kershaw. He still has the stuff to be really, really good. And he was doing that. The first 2 innings, he had just over 20 pitches and he had a couple strikeouts. So Phillies, thankfully, they started hitting him, but he definitely, like Adam said, he went way further than I think any of us thought he was going to go.
Yeah, listen, I looked at all his bets and I was looking at him and I'm like, oh man, there's no way he makes it out of like the third inning. And I thought it was going to be a bullpen game, and it turned out not to be, man. I mean, what did he go? 5 innings? So I think it went 5 innings, right? And looking
Yeah,
at
I think he went like
right?
4 2/3 or something
Yeah,
like that.
it was
I could check on that.
something like that. My man Al checking in. What's up, Al? Our Sixers guy, as our resident Sixers guy here at HRS, man. Can't wait for basketball season, man. It's coming. Adam says, I'm taking Harper home run tonight. Interesting, Adam. Interesting, because you must have been reading my mind. Okay, because we're gonna get into this. Just so everybody knows the way we kind of structure these shows, you see it right there. Promo, you get 50% off at our partners over there at Win Daily. Go to windailysports.com. Use that code word HEAT, ATAT, and you get 50% off anything, whether it be your weekly membership, your monthly membership, or your yearly membership. Listen, maybe I'll be honest with you. Maybe you got a nice bankroll. Maybe you hit a nice big bet. You say, you know what? I want to be ready for basketball season. I want to be ready for baseball next year, the rest of this year, and football. And you get a year subscription. You know what that gets you? That bangs you out $249.99. Usually $500. It's $250 for the entire year if you use that. I can guarantee you this, people. Before we move on, I guarantee you I say we because I do work at Win Daily as well. Okay, I full transparency. That's why they're one of our partners, right? Everybody who doesn't only have one business, everybody's got 2 or 3 businesses today, right? You got to have side hustles. And what I will say is cheapest prices around. You will not get those prices anywhere else. I guarantee you. And tonight we're going to unveil the first ever. What we're going to start doing is we're going to do the HRS triple play, where not only we can give you 1 bet, not 2, but 3. We give you 3. Now I highly recommend that you bet them singular, I should say. Bet the single bets, and then put the parlay in too. So you can even round robin it when you hit 2 or 3, maybe 1 or 3, whatever you want to do. And then we'll give you a bonus one as well as we're getting out of here. But Tyler, let's get right to the keys of the game, man, because obviously, like you broke it down last night, you're doing a fantastic job as always. It really, I mean, seriously, dude, like I don't say this enough. You guys, everybody that's been following Heat Ratio Sports over the years, you know how supportive I am of everybody. And Tyler's just stepped right in, man. And he honestly has been that person I've been looking for 2 to 3 years to kind of take the reins, just self-motivated, self-taught, and he's learning along the way. So make sure you follow him. What is it? T Mroz 05, right?
I think it's just Tyler Mroz 5, something like that.
Tyler Mroz
you got to
5,
put this stuff at the end.
Yeah, and again, it's all about passion, right? It's all about passion, and we're very passionate about our Phillies. And keys of the game tonight, right here, Tyler. We got Tyler Phillips. Very interesting start for Tyler Phillips tonight, going up against Gavin Stone. What do you take about this matchup? Gavin Stone's actually been really, really good, and Tyler Phillips, obviously, he got bombarded the last game. Looking to bounce back on this one.
Yeah, Tyler Phillips, his first appearance, major league appearance, was that Braves game where Michael Mercado kind of ran through. And so Tyler Phillips came in. I think he struck out 7 in 4 innings. He was really good. And then he took over the starting role, won his first 3 games. I think he was the first Philly rookie to win his first 3 starts since Ben Lively, and then the first to throw a complete game shutout since Zach Eflin. So definitely had a great start. And then not the best game last game. That was actually the first pregame and postgame that I did was that game. I was watching it. Second inning, he gives up 7 runs, 8 total. He went, where is it? He went not 1 2/3. He gave up 8 runs, 5 hits, 3 home runs. Gave up a home run on the very first pitch that he threw. So definitely a tough game. And with Taijuan Walker lurking in the shadows, he made a rehab start tonight, his second one. Supposed to be AAA, but he was, because of the rain, his AA start, and he did pretty decent. So I think when he comes back, he's supposed to come back, I believe, on Sunday. Was supposed to be his first start in the majors, but they're saying maybe Tuesday now. So maybe but Tyler Phillips sometime for maybe 1 more start, but I don't know. I think this game is the biggest game of his career so far because I don't know if he has a good gem. Does Rob Thompson move Taijuan Walker to the bullpen at first? Does he give Tyler Phillips more starting time, or does he just move Tyler Phillips back into the bullpen, or do they send Tyler Phillips down? I don't know. I think all of those questions will be answered, and that's why he's the first key of the game. It could be his last start. All the pressure is on him. I really feel like no matter how good the first 3 or 4 games are, if the next 2 aren't good and you have a pitcher you're paying $17 million and he's under contract for the next 2 seasons, they're going to play him. Whether or not he's better, they're still going to play the guy they're paying more. So Tyler Phillips, all eyes are on him tonight.
Love it, man. Love it. And real fast, shout out to my boy Al. Al, thank you, sir. I didn't realize this, but I had the wrong camera selected. So people weren't even looking at me on the screen. I don't know what the hell they were looking at. They were looking at Tyler. So he just texted me. He's like, yo, you both ain't on the screen. I'm like, I'm not. I had no idea. This is just so everybody knows what happens when you do live shows remotely. So I unhooked all my equipment last night, brought it to the pub, and then brought it home and rehooked it back up. And then some of the settings changed. I had a microphone that wasn't working earlier. I had, it's a mess, but we're here, man. It's live, right? That's
live TV.
Absolutely. And Al says, do we really want Walker to come back? I mean, look, man, I agree. He showed me absolutely nothing. And you can't tell me, you just said it, Tyler. You can't tell me that he's pitching for any other reason except that he's being paid. Right? I mean, let's be honest. There's no way if Tyler Phillips comes out tonight and Tyler Phillips pitches what he did in the first 3 games, there's no way you could just insert Taijuan Walker. Now, here's the thing they did do with the Spencer Turnbull, though, right? We all thought it was going to be Spencer Turnbull, and he got shifted to the pen. So I'm curious to see what Rob Thompson does.
Yeah, and at least last year, Taijuan Walker was winning games. No matter, he was okay. He had above 4 ERA, but he was winning games. He had, I believe, 14. I know he had double-digit wins, in the mid-10s. But this year, he showed nothing. He's 3-3. He's got a 5.60 ERA in 10 starts, a 1.49 WHIP. It's just really nothing special. I mean, he could come back and go on a tear. But really, this year, he's just shown us absolutely nothing. And there's 2 guys who I'd rather start over him in this moment right now, that being Tyler Phillips and Spencer Turnbull.
Al says nobody trusts Walker in the playoffs. I don't trust him in a regular season, let alone in the playoffs, right? I mean, it's crazy, man.
He didn't even pitch in the playoffs last year. He was really mad, and he said he was going to go on an off-season tear, and posting the workout videos. Felt like Ben Simmons posting all the things in the off-season.
No, listen, wait, hold on.
Happens in the regular season.
So you just, I didn't prep you for this, right? So one thing, if you want to continue to be a part of HRS, you cannot say those words again. Okay, because I'm just playing, but seriously, I can't stand that dude. No more. We're not mentioning that name ever. It's like going against your religion, man. We're not saying those words. We're not giving him any airplay whatsoever that he doesn't need, man. I'm gonna get fired up in a minute. I really am. Now, Al said we need to score a lot of runs. That's Tyler's point too. Key to the game: keep the bats hot. Phillies last night, Tyler, 6 batters with 2+ hits. You had the 2 home runs with Schwarber and Sosa back-to-back. And it always just seems like whenever Edmundo Sosa gets a chance to play, he does something, whether it be something on the field, something at bat. Really an unsung hero of this team. He really is.
Yeah, I think at this point, with how much Bryson Stott has struggled, I think it's fair to say that it is officially a platoon between Edmundo Sosa and Bryson Stott. Stott against the righties, Sosa against the lefties. Sosa has been phenomenal this year. When Trey Turner was down with that injury, Sosa came in and the Phillies were still winning games, and Sosa was balling out. And it's really Bryson Stott. He's been hot as of late, and they've both been really good. Sosa had the error in the field yesterday, but he went 2 for 4. He had that home run. He had 3 RBIs. So Mundo Sosa is, I consider, the 6th man. He's not really the 6th man because 10th man. He's the 10th man on this team, I would say. First guy off the bench. You can play anywhere.
Interesting. Bryson Stott is at 2nd tonight. Brandon Marsh batting 4th, and no Edmundo Sosa. So at the Dodgers, no Will Smith. Austin Barnes. I'm not scared of Austin Barnes, man. Sorry. Not scared of Austin Barnes. So that's fine. That's kind of like their switch up, like we do with Realmuto and Garrett Stubbs. Now, the bullpen. Obviously, now, we look at the bullpen and look, man, I didn't like that Hoffman came in and gave up a home run right away the other day, right? The other day, I didn't like to see that. Actually, that was last night, correct? All right, last night when he came. Was it last night when he gave up the home run when he first came in?
Who was that?
Jeff Hoffman?
Yes, he gave up home run. I believe it was the second batter he was facing.
Yeah, so I did not like that. He left it high, but He came back. Okay. Listen, he's going to have a couple bumps, right? I mean, it makes you really respect the run. And we were talking about this last night at Pike's Pub about the 2008 Brad Lidge. And it makes you really respect, because how hard is it to not have those bumps in the road? And Jeff Hoffman, he's been highly traveled journeyman, right? All over. And this is, he's really coming to his own. What I liked was, he came off that home run, didn't let it phase him, came back and threw two wicked at bats, struck a couple guys out, and he was right back. So I'm good. Like, I'm good with Hoffman. I just want to see them get into a rhythm of a new, that bridge the lids like it wasn't 08. Let's get the bridge to Estevez, right? Let's figure out what that is, because that's going to be what we need in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think Estevez, you need to solidify him as the closer. He hasn't given up he's given up a run for the Phillies. That was the walk-off walk, though, and so it wasn't an earned run. So he's given up 0 earned runs this year so far with the Phillies at 3 or 4 games. He hasn't given up an actual run since Memorial Day weekend. So I definitely think Estevez needs to be Estevez, whatever you. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Estevez, but I don't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Our accents will get it wrong, but I think we need to have an established closer. Hoffman can be the setup guy. Same thing with Strom. They can be the middle setup guys, and you have Kerkering, who hasn't given up a home run all year. He's one of just 3 pitchers in the entire league who hasn't this year. The other are both on the Marlins, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think Estevez, you need to establish him as the closer. I think you need to save him for the end of the game. If it's close, I'd bring in Hoffman over him. Not because I'm saying Hoffman's better, but because I'm saying Estevez needs to be the guy. He needs to be our lights out Lidge.
Yeah, he definitely does. 100%. I agree. Now, my man Anthony checking in says, I've been saying this, I agree 100% with saying this, a week ago. This has to be the slump. I think they'll get it back together coming into mid-August. Like, it's great. I like, people are like, dude, what are you, out of your mind? I'm like, no. It's because, do you want the Arizona Diamondback slump to happen again this year? Do you want it to happen in the playoffs? Do you want it to happen now? Right? You want it to happen now. So that's what we have to do. You want it to happen now, and that's what we did. So I completely agree. He says, listen, we're gonna get to that in a minute, but I agree with you. I definitely agree. Another Phillies win tonight. Al says he knows me. Yeah, I hate Ben. He knows that. Our man David Burns checking in from Cedar Hill, Texas, man. My man David Burns. What's up, David? How you doing, buddy? I'm guessing. I need to know, man. If you're checking Hill from Cedar Hill, Texas, what's your fandom lie into? Are you a Rangers guy out there? Like, what's going on? I got to know. Now, Al says, great interaction right here. Braves are losing 6-4-6. I mean, we need to start looking at this again, man. We need to start looking at this because it's important. Listen, Mrs. Mroz checking in. She's spot on. Strom looked great last night. Let's talk about that for a second, because he is, to me, I think he's the key. I really do. Look, Hoffman, you know what you're going to get. And the reason why I love Strom as the key, because I don't trust Alvarado. And last night, right, you got Strom bumping up to 95, 96 on the gun. And when he's locked in with his funky delivery a little bit, he really gets in people's heads. So I think he's the key, man.
I definitely do. I mean, he's for sure far and away our best left-handed pitcher. Right now, I'd have Tanner Banks over Jose Alvarado. I really trust him more than Alvarado. And can we just talk about Gregory Soto? He's given up 8 runs so far for the Orioles, and that's half as many runs as in his entire year with the Phillies so far. So props to Dombrowski for trading him. I believe the guy we got for him is already I think he's the 10th prospect in our system right now. We got him for Soto, who's been struggling so much. And Tanner Banks, I know we gave up the home run to, I think it was Ohtani, but but I mean, it's Ohtani, and Tanner Banks has looked very good for us. So solid number 2 left-handed pitcher, right behind Strom. Alvarado's a little bit wild. Strom is, besides my mom's misspelling.
Listen, man, I do it too.
I had to.
I do it too, man. That's all right. She'll hit you later. It's all good. You can hit him for me, Mrs.
Probably come barging through this door right now.
I love it. Adam says, was it good to bring in Alvarado in the ninth last night? Listen, right now, if you want to get his confidence back in, you had a lead, it was more than a 1-run lead. Yes, I think it was the right move, right? You put him on that short leash. I know he's got to pitch the minimum of 3. I understand that, but listen, get somebody else up. Let them be able to come in if there's a problem. I definitely agree. Albert checking in says it's the dog days. Better happen now. Exactly. They'll come out on a roll 100%. Al says Soto should have shut his mouth and just play. Soto, who's 54 ERA, man. Listen, what a great move by Dom, bro. What a great move. You cannot talk about it enough. But talk about it enough. Let's get right into the betting for the night, right? Let's get right into the betting for the night. My man Gino, what's up, Gene? How you doing, buddy? Wire to Wire podcast. There's the man working his ass off as always, man. Much love as always. Now make sure, again, get the promo. We already had 2 people sign up last night. I cannot stress this enough, man. 50% off right now at Win Daily using code HEAT, ATAT. It's simple. WinDailySports.com. Prop models, season-long fantasy, DFS, every single sport, NASCAR. The golf team that we have is winning on another level. And we're going to give you what we think tonight based on the powering of those projections at Win Daily Sports or what we can hit tonight. The first ever, the debut of Tyler. Ready for this? The HRS triple play, man. The HRS triple play, right? How much better can you get than that? The HRS triple play.
The triple play. I love that.
Right? So here's where we're going to go. Right here. It's going to be simple. Here it is. Here's the HRS triple play for tonight. Okay? Bryce Harper, over 1.5 HRR. Again, that's hits plus runs plus RBIs. These are DraftKings numbers. I can tell you that because they are one of the only ones that have HRR. BetMGM is getting there, but mainly DraftKings. It's a great over 1.5, little juice, minus 135, but that's okay. Okay, because then go to Casty, who has been hitting the ball harder than mostly anybody on the team right now in the entire month of July and going into August. So I like minus 110 is almost plus money. Okay, over 1.5 HRR. In this lineup tonight, this is very attainable. Okay, and then for plus money, we go Tyler Phillies money line at plus 120 because I'm feeling it. We hit the money line last night at minus 108. We're gonna go money line tonight plus 120. Again, powered by WinDailySports.com. Use that code word HEAT, HEAT, right here, and get 50% off. We had 2 people locked in. 2 people already last night locked in with the whole word HEAT. Guess how much they paid yesterday? $7.50 for the week. And guess what? We went 2 and 2 last night. So they lost 2 bets and won 2 bets, and they doubled their money, and they already signed up for the month. Free money, man. Very, very simple. No bullshit. Very, very simple. 100%. So there's your triple play. Tyler, what do you think about this, man?
I really love it because the Phillies are statistically great hitters against Gavin Stone. Bryce Harper, 2 for 2. Castellanos, 2 for 5 with an RBI, and could be a bullpen game. And because Gavin Stone has given up, I have it in my note. Gavin Stone's given up. Where did I put it? Yeah, he's given up 18 runs in his last 5 starts, and the last 2 games he's given up 2 home runs in each of those games, and he's given up 5 total in his last 5. So he's given up a home run a game. So you look at the Phillies hitters are doing good. Stone's struggling. Bullpen game. One of their relievers got hurt last night.
That was a shame too. That looked like it hurt too.
Yeah, had to get helped off.
That sucked, and that's a guy who was dealing with a lot of injuries too, man. A lot of injuries.
He just came off. I think it was a right shoulder injury. He just came off, and now he's going probably right back on.
Yeah, it's a shame. That's a shame. But listen, you talked about power, you talked about home runs. Let's give him a bonus play because I'm feeling good. Adam, you read my mind, brother. You read my mind. Let's go bonus play. Let's go Bryce Harper home run. Right now, you get that plus 425 at BetMGM. If you go DraftKings, it's only a plus 400. You go to BetMGM, you're getting a plus 425. And here's the best thing. If you lock in to WinDailySports.com, use HEAT, get the 50% off, get the $7.50. You just go to our MLB prop better model. Tomorrow or the next day when we do pregame, I'll actually share the screen and show you how it works. Literally, you go to the Phillies, you go to home runs, Bryce Harper's right there. Every single sports book is listed. You literally look at the best odds, you click on it, and boom. And guess what? If you're not a member of DraftKings, you click on DraftKings, you use the code word Win Daily, and you get $150. I mean, I don't understand. Like this, it's a no-brainer if you are a betting guy. But Tyler, man, let's get some final thoughts going. My man, there you go. See, Adam says I'm doing MGM. That's the way to go, Adam. Bet MGM. And you get that plus 425. And I know Adam been in our Discord, and he's a member with Edge Sports, and he's already hit a couple NASCAR. Who the hell looks at NASCAR? Right? Like Matt Vecchio is our NASCAR guy at Win Daily. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Literally, you could go in there on a Friday night, get his projections, fill out a lineup, and boom. I'm telling you right now, you have every possibility to hit, man. It's a great site to be along to, and it's not going to last for long because we're only doing this for a couple more weeks. Okay, and if you don't get in there before football season, the prices go back up to normal, and you've already missed out on those bets you could have hit. So that's where, yeah, like Al says, NASCAR, exactly. But let's get the final thoughts, Todd. What we got?
I really think that the Phillies are going to come out swinging. I think this is going to be a close game, but I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So maybe that's another bonus bet. Take the over on the runs, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to do, what not to do, but if I was a betting man, that's what I would put my money on. Tyler Phillips struggled his last game. Gavin Stone's given up a lot of runs in his last couple starts. So I think it's definitely going to be – last night we kind of saw a pitcher's duel for the first couple innings. I think it's going to be like a golf course. I think there's just going to be balls flying all over Dodger Stadium tonight.
I like it. I like the way that sounds, man. And I guess we're not Barkan and Batalco. Okay, I understand that, right? I'm not trying to be Barkan and Batalco. Shout out to those guys. Not trying to hate. I'm just saying, listen, look, you can watch us both. Watch little Tony Tyler, switch over, watch little Batalco, and, watch little Barkan. And then, again, 10 minutes after the game, you get in, and Tyler's got you. Maybe me. I don't know. Listen, man, I'm old as hell, bro. Like, I'll try, man. Like, Tyler's hit me. He hits you. Hey, you up? I get that in the morning when I wake up. I'm like, I am not good, man. I am not good. Post-game live. 10 minutes after the final out, maybe we'll see. Maybe I make an appearance tonight. Last thing, we'll rehash just so you know what we're looking at from the betting market tonight. Get involved right now. Here's the HRS triple play. Bryce Hopper over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Casty over 1.5 HRR and Phillies money line plus 120. Put it in a parlay. Bet them with single bets. Let's make some money. Use the code word HEAT for win at windailysports.com. Get 50% off. For Tony, for Tyler, we're out of here. We'll catch post game and look at that. Another Phillies win.